Fall is around the corner and I am so excited to stop getting those extreme heat advisory alerts on my phone. How about you? I've already got my first pumpkin spice latte of the season. I don't care if it's 100 degrees outside. It makes me happy. What else is new in the Valley? We are going to cover some real estate updates and other notable things around the Phoenix area. And stick around to the end of the video and you're going to hear a fun story about the cow of Encanterra. I'm Maegann Yarbrough with HomeSmart, and this is your Phoenix market update with the AZ Real Estate Geek. Hi there, real estate geeks. It is so good to see you. I know it's been a minute. I am diving back into YouTube to give you guys updates again because the market is always changing. It has been a crazy market the last couple of years and we want to stay ahead of it, right? So let's chat about what's going on right now. As for the Phoenix metro area, the big news is that prices are finally softening a little bit. They've dipped down the last year or so, but mostly because we're stabilizing. We had that big hike up and we're leveling up and the rest of the country's kind of catching up with us now. But prices have dipped a little bit because of, guess what? Supply and demand. Supply started climbing up in January and demand kind of stalled because buyers were waiting for that interest rate drop or for the prices to actually fall a little bit before they jumped into making a home purchase. So a lot of the buyers were in this wait and see pattern. Because of that, house prices have started to kind of dip down a little bit as they are trying to reach those buyers with any incentives that they can get. But between May and July, because the buyers just weren't there, our inventory started to drop, mostly because of canceled listings, expired listings, and a lot of sellers just also wanting to do the wait and see thing until the buyer market started picking up, which means it is officially a buyer's market out there. When inventory keeps climbing and demand is still kind of like, I don't know about this, then sellers get a little more incentivized to offer things to the buyers to get them to buy their house. One is seller concessions, which we're going to talk about in a moment. But mostly you have buyers that are out there thinking that they're paying a premium for their home. So when they are out looking at houses, they want the best. They want everything in top-notch repair, that fresh coat of paint, everything just ready to go, move-in ready, no repairs needed. And sellers are answering this with making sure that these houses are in great shape before they get on the market. If you have a house that needs a little bit of repair or needs a little bit of TLC, it's gonna sit on the market quite a bit longer. With that, we're gonna go into the numbers for August. We're going to start with interest rates. At the time of this filming, we are at 6.49% for a 30-year fixed. It's gone down a slight bit. There's supposed to be another Fed meeting in September, so we're expecting maybe a small little bit of a drop, but we're still looking pretty good between 6 and 6.5. That's a good average interest rate. In August, we sold 4,852 homes in the Phoenix metro area, and we had over 18,000 active listings in the MLS just for the Phoenix metro area. If you remember in my previous videos, the whole 2021, 2022 crazy era where we had almost no inventory, we're back up to 18,000 homes on the MLS at one given time. Our median sales price is $446,000 for the Phoenix metro area, which did go up a little bit from last month, but you can definitely see where it's dropped a little bit from the almost 460,000 that we saw at the peak around 2022. We saw about 6,800 brand new listings come onto the MLS in the Phoenix metro area just last month. So although inventory is kind of softening right now, it is still nice, solid inventory out there. So if you're looking to buy a house, there's plenty to choose from in all sorts of price ranges. For the month of August, the average days on market was 84 days. It's 84 days from the moment a home is listed to when it finally goes under contract. That's almost 3 months of it kind of sitting there, probably not getting a whole lot of traffic until that right buyer comes along. Again, we have less buyers in our buyer pool, and we have to make sure that our homes are in tip-top shape so they can walk in and be like, this is my home, I'm raising my hand, I'm going to put an offer down on this house. I'm experiencing that with my own listings right now. There are strategies to get the home ready and be very aggressive in this market to attract the right buyers. You just have to be willing to do that. But know that if you are looking at listing your home, give yourself at least 3 months that you know that it's going to sit there if it's in fantastic shape. Our absorption rate is 3.72, which means that if we didn't put any new homes on the market, everything that's on the market right now would sell in 3.72 months. And our sold to list ratio right now is 94%. That means that if you are listing a home at a certain price, most likely it is going to sell for less than the price you listed for to make room for seller concessions and negotiating that price point to make sure that you have a buyer that's going to follow through and buy your home. And let's talk about seller concessions. So if you're not familiar, seller concessions means that the seller of a home is actually giving the buyer money to buy their home. A lot of the time this looks like a certain amount to pay for some repairs or to replace, say, a roof or an air conditioning or carpet. It can also be used to help the buyer buy down their mortgage rate so that their interest is a little bit less. In the month of August, 57% of all the sales in the Phoenix metro area had some sort of seller concession. And the median amount of those concessions in the month of August was $10,000. So also keep that in mind if you're looking to sell your house, that is a possibility that you would be providing those seller concessions to a potential buyer. If you'd like a summary of all these numbers and a nice clean report and infographic, I've got a link down in the description below that will take you to a page that you can get a little bit more information on these numbers. If you're a number person, I can give that to you. You can also subscribe to my newsletter to get even more content as well as seasonal tips for your home. So normally here's where I would put some trends for you as far as national trends or maybe some local things that are going on as far as new developments or infrastructure. We're not doing that today just because this is going to be a nice quick video for you just to kind of get back there and say, hi, good to see you guys again. But we will have more content like that coming up. But one of the things I just want to point out is although we are technically in a buyer's market, that is starting to wane. As inventory kind of drops off a little bit and buyer demand goes up, that means that there are going to be more buyers for that small amount of homes. So that will make it more of a seller's market again going forward. So if you are thinking about buying a home, this is going to be your buyer's market that you can jump into. This is going to be the best time for you to take advantage of those seller concessions, because once we kind of shift back into a more balanced or more seller's market, those concessions aren't going to be so plentiful. You're going to not find that perfect home that's already ready to go. You're going to be looking at more fixer-uppers. Again, interest rates are supposed to drop a little bit, but we're still between 6.5, which is an average interest rate. We got so used to those really, really low 2s and 3s that probably won't come around for a long, long time. So if you are thinking about buying a home, this is going to be your best opportunity right now. And since we are speaking about buying homes, I'm just going to do a shameless plug here to tell you that we will be doing a home buyer workshop series starting this month. It'll be a series of different classes depending on where you are in your home buying journey to be able to present you on some information, some tips, and be able to answer any questions that you have while you are thinking about navigating this journey. Okay, you stay till the end so you get to hear the cute little story about the cow of Encanterra. So Encanterra was a community that I had covered on this channel when they were still building homes. I think they still have a few. They're at closeout right now. So go back into my history and find those Encanterra videos if you want. But just to give you a heads up, it's a big community, and right smack dab in the middle is a golf course that has a lake. It's also a gated community, and there's an entrance in the north side where cars come in and out that have like arches. So this last Monday when we had the big haboob dust storm, happened on the same day, this cow escaped a nearby slaughterhouse. So this cow wandered in through the little archway, got on the golf course, saw this beautiful green pasture, and saw this beautiful little lake. The cow decided to go for a swim, jumped right into the lake, and as my friend put it, decided to live her best life. I guess there was like sheriff department cars, there was some wranglers, like actual cowboys, like with lassos and everything, trying to get the cow out of the lake. By the time this was happening, all the neighbors and everybody were taking pictures and videos, and it was the news of the day. So after the cow got wrangled, I guess there was this big plea to save the cow. The cow belonged to somebody and wasn't just gonna freely give their cow away. But the neighbors were concerned and contacted a local rescue called Amy's Farm Animal Rescue, and through the rescue and the community, they raised enough money to buy the cow from the original owner, and now the cow is living her best life at the animal rescue. They named her Moo Tilda. So anyway, that was just a heartwarming story about a community that we covered, and I know that there were some cows that took over Gilbert a few months ago, and you know what, if you have a really fun story that you'd like me to share with fellow Phoenicians or people thinking about moving to Phoenix, then let me know in the comments, reach out to me, I'd love to hear it. So thanks for spending some time with me again, and it's good to be back. While you're here, make sure to click that subscribe button and the little thumbs up like button so that we can start getting some more videos out for you about Phoenix market trends and all the cool things that happen out here in the Valley. And of course, if you're thinking about buying or selling a home, please reach out to me. All my contact information's down in the comments. Stay geeky, everyone.